Nadia, you would know. What's crush it in Russian?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. No, they don't know. We're married to Russians and they don't know how to say crush it in Russian. Maybe is that just you guys don't say that? That's just like not a thing.
Yeah, it's an American thing.
It's an American thing. All right, what's up, y'all? We are live. John Melton coming to you live with mylifestyleacademy.com. And I've got the legend himself, Mr. Frazer Brookes in his house. And I'm excited because for those of you that don't know me, I've been in network marketing 18 years. In fact, drop the word new in the comments if you're seeing my mug for the first time. But I've been doing this for a hot second. I had a lot of success building my business offline. And then in about the year 2013-ish, around that time, maybe 2012, I started to pay attention to social media, learning social selling, learning how to generate leads and learning marketing. And eventually I wanted to teach my team. How many of us would agree it's all about duplication in network marketing? So I wanted to teach my team these strategies. And we started putting out content and showing network marketers how to have success online. And Frazer and I connected. In fact, we connected on Messenger the first time. I think I might have messaged you first and then you responded like, hey, let's hop on a call. And I didn't know who you were. And I was just like, oh, let's just talk here on Messenger. And, it's a lot more efficient that way. I don't remember what I said, but you were like, wow, I've never had someone just blow me off like that. But Frazer, you've come to be one of the most well-known, sought-after trainers in all of network marketing when it comes to social media, building your business online. And I think it's a combination of things. Number one, network marketing really, really well. Marketing really well. And let's keep it 100. Most network marketing companies, they don't teach anything about marketing. Right? They teach you how to network pitch, sell, recruit, network follow-up, network close, network spam. They don't teach you how to generate leads. They don't teach you how to build community and build a following and provide value, which is one of the most overused terms these days, but it is what it is. And I look at a guy like you that's not only been in the profession a long time and had a lot of success, but you also have parents. So you're second generation network marketer. And, you obviously have seen what it's like to build offline and the sacrifice that takes. And in today's day and age, all of us are having to use technology. All of us are having to use social media to build a business. But you also bring that sense of humor. You're so funny. You always have really great points, really great analogies. You crack everyone up. So those of you hopping on, I would highly recommend, I would encourage you to share this with anybody in network marketing, anybody that wants to have more success, leveraging specifically Instagram and Facebook stories. All right. Stories are where you have like that highlighted circle around your name. It's up there for 24 hours. He's going to give you his 5-step process. But I want you to understand he's one of the best when it comes to this conversation. So let's get a ton of people on here. Smash that heart button if you already know Mr. Frazer Brookes. And I would highly recommend you follow him if you're not following him already. He always puts out tons of valuable content. And he's a big believer in entertainment like myself. We like to have fun. We like to provide value and education, tips, tricks, and tactics to help you crush it in your business. We got to learn. We got to create a Russian way of saying that, baby. So let's work on that. Our Russian wives need to figure that out.
Yeah, no, man, I appreciate you guys, and you guys are people who I've followed for such a long time as well. And I can't think of anyone, and I would have to really think about it, who bring the energy and the entertainment and the value like you and Nadia do. And it's gold. There's very few people who I have a scroll on when a scroll on. That sounds like it could be yeah, that could be. Let's not make that a term. I've got a scroll on. Might sound a bit weird on a t-shirt, but like if I'm having a scroll on social media and I see a post of yours or Nadia's, then I'm paying attention to it. But it's fun. And guys, I'm going to give full transparency here. I've created a lot of systems and processes and trainings over the years. A lot of them have been things that I've heard from other people, and I've just put my own spin on it. Some of them have been shower ideas or, driving in the car ideas where I'm like, oh, that'd be a really good training. And now, because I'm in the generic space and I travel all over the world, I'm kind of not traveling right now, but I'm traveling all over the world and meeting with people and speaking to top leaders in all different countries and areas. A lot of the stuff that I train now and teach now is my own spin on things that I see working out there in the space. So obviously stories in particular are new to the game. They're it's only, I think, about a year or two, maybe 2 years, probably something like that. It feels like they've been forever, but it's not been that long. And I've been out with the game. I've been out with the field for 3.5 years. So me personally, I have not had, being completely transparent, I have not had personal results using this system, but I've seen a bunch of people crush it. Using
that's what I love about someone like you, though, because you're doing so much coaching, speaking, you're working with companies, top leaders, you're working with so many individuals from around the world and in various companies selling all types of products. So you really have a unique perspective that you can share with our audience today. And I'm really excited for you to share some of those tips. But I think it's something that for those of us that are saying, what are the steps to success on social media? I think this is probably one of the most important in methods as far as using social, is to do more storytelling and for us to show up on stories and not to take away from posting on your news feed. But let's be honest, stories is hot right now, and it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to be one of the best strategies. So definitely grab a pad of paper and a pen if you can. Take some notes. And Frazer, also, if you don't mind, before we get into it, if you could just share maybe like a 2-minute intro for people that don't know you, a little bit on your background as well, and then we can get right into those 5 steps.
Yeah, so background real quick. Mum and dad joined network marketing in 1987 after thinking MLM stood for Make Love Monthly. Went to an event. I was in the room in the womb in 1987. That saw them make their their kind of lifestyle the way it is right now because of network marketing. And as a result, I made my first page of notes on personal development for 500 Coca-Cola bottles when I was 6 years old to a guy called Earl Nightingale. I was super bored and it was painful, but I was 6 years old, made a page of notes, traveled around the world with my mum and dad. When I was 18, I got introduced to it, said no because I had the fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of public speaking, which was the big one. If someone said to me public speaking, hang on a minute. Like, no, do not say, no, that's it. It's going to come. That's what it was like. It was super bad. Decided to say yes, decided to build all on social media in a day and age when no one had built on social media. There was no proof of it as far as I could see. So I was just decided to be a network marketing rebel, use social media, built a huge organization around the world, and stepped to. I heard about 6 months ago that organization got bought by an Indian company, and there was over 1 million customers in it, and it was a blessing in my life. And I genuinely went from a loser to now some people say legend. I mean, that's a little bit extreme for me. I'm only 32, but some people say that, and I'm just blessed to be associated with people like you and Nadia and other people in the network marketing profession, because they're just good people all around. The most valuable people I know are network marketers. So yeah, that's me in like a tiny nutshell.
Love it. Awesome, man. Well, I'm excited for you getting into these 5 steps. And then also at the end, if you could maybe share with people how they can, find some of your content. I know you also have a new book that you've recently written and published. So would love for you to share that, but excited for you to get into these 5 steps, man. Let's do this.
Yeah. All right, mate. So interject whenever you feel like, I know you like giving gold on gold, double gold, which is always good, mate.
I like that. That's good.
I know you like, I know you like it. You good. Every time we do one of these things, you're always like, I'm like, geez, man, like, It's just gold dropping all over the place. So here's the thing I want you guys to know, right? I'm from Liverpool in the UK. So here's the thing I want you to know. I believe my favorite platform is Facebook. However, my favorite feature is Instagram stories, right? I don't want people to think that I'm saying like, oh, Instagram's way better. Facebook for me is the king, but Instagram stories are just incredible. Now, for me, Facebook Lives have been the most important thing for any marketer to use, because you can get your personality out there. People can't read tonality, so you get your tonality out there, blah, 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 blah. But if I was to share with you data on the average network marketer, how many of them consistently do lives enough to actually gain traction, it is a minuscule percentage. But if I was to survey that same group and tell them how many of them consistently do stories, it is way higher, like 15, 16, 17 times higher. So it's now understanding what to do on the stories. So what to post on the stories, it actually doesn't matter. Now, there is going to be just day-to-day life. Now, for example, my biggest story, I track everything. The most engagement I ever got from a story, I was walking my dog, Alfie. I was in the park. It was when stories just came. And I was doing the whole, now you know, I pretty much start every story with, so. I go, so, I'm just walking the dog. I'm not a master at it. It's all, I'm like, so, I'm just walking the dog. So, I'm just eating my dinner. So, I'm just doing this. I don't know, I do it all the time. Now you know, you can't be able to get me up on that.
I'm going to notice it now, yep.
So, all right. So I'm walking Alfie, and I'm like, hey, so I'm walking Alfie. And as I put the camera up to see Alfie behind me, he squats, and he does a number 2.
He does his business. I get it.
So I have that really awkward moment of, should I be videoing this? And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to roll with it. And the amount of no hashtags, no filters, none of that. Didn't really know what I was doing. And so many people messaging me like, oh my God, you walk your dog too. You scoop the poop too. Like how big was the bag that here's a big dog? Was it like a horse? Was it like a horse poop? I was like, oh yeah. It was nuts. It was absolutely crazy. So the important thing to know is if you're out and about, you're doing what you're doing, just document it. Bam, 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 bam. It doesn't flipping matter. Then 3 times a week, you're going to follow this process in between the behind the scenes stuff. People are sick and tired of seeing the highlights of people's lives. They're sick and tired of seeing the highlights of people's lives. They want to see the real people's lives. That's why a lot of influencers, they get a large amount of likes and stuff, but their comments they get, the legitimate comments, are actually not that big compared to someone who's actually real and raw. So here's what you're going to do. It's a 5P process. So all parts begin with the letter P. So the first part is you are and you guys, please be as compliant as possible as you can, bearing with obviously your company and what everything's going on. But you're going to pick a product. Let's just say this is my product, and inside is one of I don't know, it's a electrolyte product or whatever it might be. I'm going to list down all the pains that maybe electrolytes could help someone with. Again, I'm not going to say I'm curing a problem, but I'm going to be like, okay, well, it's helped me with, I've seemed to have had better energy, whatever. So I will say on my first story, in between all the behind the scenes stuff, I'm going to say something along the lines of, oops, that's fine. I'm going to say something along the lines of, do you know how the majority of people get a slump between 2 or 3 p.m.? That might be you, it may not be, but I struggle with that. That's story 1. Done. Now, straight after, you're going to provide a solution, something that you've tried that maybe helped you. The first solution is going to be something that anyone can get in the supermarket or you can do at home. So number 1, solution number 1 is I drink 3 liters of water a day. Help me massively. Give it a go. That's it. So people are like, oh yeah, valuable. Nice. I like that one. Or it could be have a protein shake before you have a shower, right? Gives you more energy. The third story is now, okay, so option 2 is I actually use this amazing electrolyte. I just put it in my water, give it a shake, and away I go. So that's option 2. So now people are going, okay, well, I struggle with that slump. I'll give the water a go. But I'll also want to give that product a go. So then the third step, which is now the 4th story, is you doing a time lapse, or you do. I maybe put my phone up against I have one of these little pop things. I'm sure you can get a John and Nadia version of these. I'm sure it's got both their faces on, or it's got something like that on it. I'm pretty sure.
Idea. It's a good idea.
Good idea.
There we go. Yeah, make a note of that one, mate. Right, and then I just put it on the top of my computer screen like that, right? And I just go, so what I do is I literally make it like a dummy. So number 1, pour the water in. Number 2, tear the sachet off. Number 3, pour it in. Number 4, whatever, put it back on. Oh, I messed it up. What a shame. Number 3, put that. Number 4, yeah. Number 5,
yes, right there.
I know.
Now, maybe that's 2 stories, maybe that's 3 stories, maybe that's 4 stories. But so far, people are like, that seems easy. That seems straightforward. I can do that. I want more on that. The 4th part, so number 1 is the pain or the problem, right? The second part is the solution, option 1, option 2. Now, this can be as many stories as you want it to be. The 3rd part is then the product demonstration. The 4th part is then proof. So I say proof lightly. because I don't want people to be like, oh, I prove it works. But you're going to get screenshots of people who have maybe used option 1 or option 2, right? And you can be like, yeah, I tried the 3 liters and it worked for me. Thanks, Frazer. Woo! Right? Or I can go, yeah, I tried that product and it helped me. Thanks, Frazer. Woo! Right? No health claims, no medical claims. Just saying like, it worked for me. Screenshots. Scrub out their name, scrub out their face, all that sort of stuff. And you maybe post 3 or 4 of them. Boom, 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 boom. By this time, people are like, I want to give this a go. So now you finish it off with the last P, which is poll, right? And I know a lot of guys are using polls, but a lot of people are just going like, hey guys, like, do you want my product? Give me a poll. There's no build up. There's no structure. There's no campaign, right? And marketing is about structure and campaign. You don't just go, like, there we go. Like, I hope it works. Just toss it in there and see if it works. No. So the poll would be something like, and this is where, this is the bit that I've noticed through testing, that people are getting a significant jump in their poll reactions. It's not, hey guys, so if you would like this, then let me know down below. Then it says yeah or hell yeah, double positive, never give a negative in the poll. Instead, just go, let me know which one's your favorite fire emoji, and I'll let you know. And you put the fire emoji, the rocket emoji, you put the male dance emoji, you put the woman dance emoji. You put the light bulb, you put the boom, you put the mind blown, you put the praise. I don't know if it's one of them or if it's one of them. I've still not figured it out. I think it's that, but it might be that. I can't figure out if that's a high five or that's a pray. I don't know. But you do this process. You finish it, then you go back to your behind the scenes stuff. It's behind the scenes, walk the dog, do the thing, watch Dylan like crush it with the basket. See, I'm watching, mate. I am watching. Right? The dog is Toby.
That's it, bro. You got it.
Yes. Get it.
I knew you were a stalker. I knew it. Told you.
I had to say Toby. So I wasn't like officially a stalker.
That's actually how my son says his name. He's Toby. Yeah. Anybody that comes up, is that Toby? Yeah. So cute. You got to drag out the name, right? No, but that's really great. Now, one person did ask, is this video or could you mix it up with text as well?
Here's the best thing. A lot of people don't do Facebook Lives because they're scared of doing video. You don't have to do video. Now, if you do video, you can get maybe a little bit better from this, but you can do the product demonstration by doing it this way. So, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. And then eventually you can just grow into it. Yeah. Doing selfie videos is going to get better, but always put text on it. Obviously, a lot of people use watch without the without the volume. However, again, I test everything.
That's what I was going to say. Test it. There's no right or wrong. You test, you tweak, pay attention. Absolutely. Yeah. And a couple things. Number one, I would recommend you put text over your videos because you hit the nail on the head. A lot of people listen or watch stories, but they don't have the volume on. So it's good to put text, like a summarization of what the video is, just like 4 words, a sentence. It doesn't have to be a lot of explanation of what you're talking about. And if you can do video once a day, you should show your face once a day. Do you have to? Absolutely not. Do I know people that crush it without doing that? Absolutely. But it is recommended, just like we recommend doing Facebook Live on your social media or Instagram Live. Someone else says, how do you get text on the video? That's you do a story, one of them, story, take a photo, and the little top right corner,
write it. Hey, touching on that, John, I've tested this as well. Like with most algorithms, Facebook Lives, YouTube videos, Instagram Lives, Instagram TV, and Instagram Stories, you will get more reach and more exposure depending on the percentage of the video that's watched. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if you've got an Instagram story and it's 15 seconds, there is a way that people can watch more than 100% of it. And how they do that is when they go back. So if you write a summary, which is awesome, but if you tell them everything in the summary on all the videos, they're like, oh yeah, great, I read it. But if you would kind of go like, oh my days,
Yeah.
Right. Then people, I need to watch that again without the. So they watch like 5 seconds. I'm like, I need to watch that with the audio on. Back, volume on, boom. So now they've just watched 120% of it, 130% of it, and that's going to shift you more towards the beginning of the highlight, the story kind of reel, so to speak. Super important to note. I think with stories though as well, John, it's just people just got to just post something. Don't overthink it. Just get some runs on the board, and then obviously
Pay attention to what other top producers in your company are doing. I mean, all of you probably have people in your company that are crushing it. Top sellers, top recruiters, top producers. You know, they're doing Insta stories, they're doing Facebook stories. Follow them. Don't copy them, but get ideas, get inspiration, model what they're doing, and you test and tweak. And I think ultimately you got to make sure that you're not just selling and pitching. It's just like anything else. Follow that 80-20 rule. You know, if you're super spammy, if you're super promotional, it's the only time you show up in your stories when you're trying to sell and pitch. You're just not going to get a lot of views. You're not going to get a lot of responses, engagement, etc. And the truth is, it's a lot like TikTok in that sense. Like you said, if they're going back and they're watching more than one time, that's going to tell Instagram and Facebook like this is valuable content. They're going to move it closer. It's interesting because stories have their own algorithm. They have their own news feed, right? So if you go in to your Facebook or Instagram, the stories are right there at the top, and you're going to notice the ones that you're following the most and the people that are posting the most often in their story, they keep going to it's not really the top, but it's the far left.
Yeah.
So further to the left. And anyway, so much of this is so valuable. And I think sometimes because some of us are leaders and we've been using Insta and Facebook stories for so long, we think it's just common sense, but you got to remember when you first started out, you probably didn't know where it was, where the text was, how you do the polls. It's just like anything else. You play with it. That's how Nadia mastered TikTok. She did a TikTok every day for 21 days. You know, that's why we do our 21-day video and prospecting challenge. That's why we when we first started doing videos, we did videos for 30 days straight because we wanted to master video. And the only way to figure out how to get good at something, how to figure out the features and play with it is by just doing it over and over again. But again, more value than you ask in return. You've got to show up with your personality. I saw someone said, you know, it doesn't matter if you have no makeup, messy hair, like just show up, maybe get good lighting because that always helps. But at the end of the day, you're going to test, tweak, you're going to pay attention to what people are engaging with. And I love what you said about, you know, finding strategic ways to get them to want to turn up the volume or respond to you, the double positive in the polls. Like that's always a great idea. Yes or heck yes. Those are the only two options. Now, someone did want you to summarize. What were the 5 Ps?
Yeah. So pain or problem, again, compliant. Number 2, provide a solution or solution. So option 1, for me, it's the reason why you do this is you need to seed the options from giving them. So as soon as they see option 1, it's like, hey, my product, people are like, ah. But if option 1 is not a sales pitch, they're like, okay, well, that's valuable. Like, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Option 2 is then obviously this is kind of what I use. Not saying like, this is the product, like it's called da-da-da-da-da. This is what I use. It helps me massively. I take it once a day. The 3rd P is product demo, like a little basic demo of what you do, whether it's a skincare product or a drink or a powder or a shake or whatever it might be. Number 4 is then, and it's proof because it begins with P. If I put like screenshots, it would then ruin my 5P process, right? So it's proof in terms of like screenshots of what other people have had with the products and they're using.
It could be a before and after, or it could be just a testimonial. Loving this product. Thank you, Frazer. Loving how I'm feeling on this product. This is awesome. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be someone saying I lost 25 pounds in 60 days, although that would be great as well. But I know some of you don't sell weight loss. Some of you sell other products. So sharing testimonials, whether it's actually showing a testimonial or just sharing what someone said about the product.
And one thing that you're really good at is, for example, like you might have a bunch of testimonials, a bunch of screenshots, a bunch of before and afters. You throw them in an album, in a Facebook group. Everyone else, like it's known that you put them in there if you're prepared, if you're okay with them being shared. Blah 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 blah. Then there's a nice album of people doing that. I know You guys duplicate really good with that sort of stuff with files and albums and stuff. The last one is then poll. And it's just simply like, as you say, like yeah, or heck yeah, or fire emoji and rocket emoji. Don't ever put no or anything negative in there. And here's what you want to do. You want to try and respond to people as fast as you can, because most people forget, right? But at the same time, you've got to be slightly aware that most people want it, but they don't actually know what to do with a poll. They have no idea. Like even you pointing and saying like, "Hey, let me know." Some people aren't watching with the voice on. And even if you type it, they still don't know. Like, oh my god, like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So if you've done this, if you follow this process and you've done before and afters, maybe you've done 4 or 5 of them, and then you've done 1 on pain, 1 on option 1, 1 on option 2, 4 on product demo, 2 on poll, and 2 on proof, and 1 on poll. That's 10 stories. In order for them to get to the poll, they would have had to have watched almost all of them. Now, most people, if you look at the statistics, most people don't tap all the way to the end. There's a way on stories. If there's a story here, you tap to move to the next one. You like scroll to go to the next person. Most people don't tap to the last one. If someone gets to the last one, you can just scroll up on your phone and you can see all the people who have watched it. Reach out to them.
Right.
Reach out to them, even if they haven't submitted a thing saying like, "Hey, I noticed you saw my poll. Like, would you be open for me sending you some information on this?" One of the other things I do it's actually probably the reason that's blown my Instagram up the most the last 2 months is I go onto Instagram, I go onto followers, and if mine's looking different to yours because I'm on dark mode, I go onto followers, I click on the people who are following me, and I just click on the top 3 people who have followed me. And I just go, right, there's Teresa. I go message, audio message. "Hey, Teresa, just wanted to let you know, massively appreciate you reaching out and following me. Looking forward to connecting with you and seeing what you've got going on in your life. Keep rocking it." Took me 5 seconds. Next one, boom, 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 boom. And the number of people who reply and being like, "Is that really you? Like, have you actually just responded to me? Like, oh, that's awesome." And then, again, obviously I got to a point where the influence is at that level. But people then screenshot and they go send it to their friends like, "Oh my God, look who I just had a message from." And they're, "Oh my God." So they follow me and then they expect the message. Some of them don't get it and they're like, "Oh my God." Blah. And they engage more. Engagement is queen. Content is king. Engagement is queen. And we all know that the most important piece on a chessboard is the queen. There's no kingdom without a queen. Queens rule the house. Queens are the most important piece on the chessboard. So they crush it.
They do crush it. Yeah, I think that's a huge tip right there. I always reach out. Well, like you said, as you build a bigger following, you don't do it maybe as efficiently, but I do my best to reach out to new followers, thank them for the follow, connect with them, have conversations. You get friend requests, followers, people watching your story. You know, it's funny. I had someone the other day, and this actually, I guess this does happen often, but they're like, "What do I do when someone just likes my post?" I'm like, you can message them. You can message all humans. There's no rule that like, well, they didn't comment that they're interested, they only liked it. Like if they're watching, if they're liking, if they're commenting, if they're following, if they're friend requesting, if you see their name pop up, you can message them. I message people I don't know. I message people I do know. I message people that say nothing, say very little, that say a lot. You message all the humans. And by the way, you don't go straight for the jugular, in my opinion. "Hey, German, thanks for the follow, man. What do you do? How'd you find my page? Great to connect. Tell me about yourself." Normal human decency. You just have normal conversations. And there was a couple questions that I wanted to answer also. I don't know if you're able to scroll back, please, Bebe. But yeah, I think it's so important for us to engage, have conversations. Most people are not going to reach out and say, "Hey, what's your product? I would like to purchase that." Although I have had that happen to me quite a bit over the years. There's way more people that probably have the interest. They'd like more information. They're just not going to ask. And it could be because they don't want to be sold. It could be because their interest is limited. It could be because they're busy. It could be because they don't want to impose. Who knows? Who cares? But asking questions and creating polls and creating just different marketing pieces to get people to reach out, to get them to engage, even if they just respond with one of those autoresponders. You know how when you go into your Insta story, it'll actually give you the option. Like, let's say I go to, clicked on Nadia and somehow I got on a live. So let's say I'm on Tara Davis's page. I can click right here and it actually gives me, I don't know if you guys can see that. It actually gives me some emojis that I can use to respond to her story. So even if it's just something that simple, right? I can just say 100 sent and it gets a response. So if I have someone that does that to me, I can then respond to them and create those conversations. And sometimes we just overthink this too much. Eric asked a question I wanted to respond to. He says, okay, but how do you drive those people to your business page? So Eric, technically, if you were to set up your Instagram as a creator page, you can go into the settings. And by the way, some of the stuff that confuses you, go to Google, go to YouTube. There's probably tutorials. There's explanations on all this stuff for those of you that maybe have no clue how to use stories. But I don't try to drive people to a page. I want to drive people into the DM. I want to have a conversation. I'm not saying you can't get sales or even maybe get a recruit by driving them to your page or driving them to a capture page, whatever that looks like. But for me, I want to have conversations. Conversations lead to conversions. So your goal, in my opinion, is to connect. That's how you convert. And we obviously encourage people to use the ATM system, but whatever strategy you're using, even if it is a capture page and it's a funnel, you should have a conversation first if you're promoting your MLM opportunity or products. If you're an internet marketer, Frazer's not going to have a conversation with every person that he's pushing to one of his webinars, he's pushing to his book, he's pushing to an info product, or he's building his email list. That's a different conversation altogether. But for those of you that are building a networking business, you're building a downline, you're building a customer base, in my opinion, you're wanting one-on-one conversation. That's where the conversions are going to happen.
And there's some exciting things happening. I mean, I'm not able to say, but towards the back end of this year, people who are using Instagram stories are going to be at a huge advantage, especially those in network marketing. I'm not allowed to technically say anything, but like start using them, because towards the end of the year, maybe about 6 months or so, you will be rewarded with some really cool stuff.
And now you're getting me excited.
Yeah, I know. It's when I heard, I was like, what? Hence why I've been
here's a question for you, Frazer. So Dennis Ortiz says, do you use your IG stories and transfer to Facebook stories? Well, he probably automatically is the question, right? Where it automatically goes to Facebook stories. I'll say I do. I'm curious what you say.
Yeah, so I am. So this is not relevant to everyone, but I use a lot of Facebook advertising. So I spend a ridiculous amount of money on Facebook advertising. So I link my Instagram stories to my business stories, because then I can track the custom conversion. I can track how many people, it's like 60,000 people who have seen those stories, and I can remarket to those people. Say, hey, notice you saw my story. You haven't bought my book yet. Buy it. Buy book. Right? So I'm just big into remarketing, and get that little sniper.
Do you have gifts yet? Do you have gifts?
I need one. I need like quite a few.
Especially because you have all these fun mannerisms and the things you do. You should, I don't know if you've seen Eric's, or actually Marina Simone's got some great gifts that she created that she's been using. They're fantastic, but you should absolutely have some Frazer Brookes gift. GIF. GIF. Whatever that stands for.
Gift me up. Really quick one, guys. So I haven't released this yet because we've only just been testing it, but because obviously I get asked, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, what do you do when someone ghosts you? Right? And so I've been like, okay, yeah, there's loads of different stuff you can do, obviously next and nudge them and all that. But what we've been testing, and it is working so flipping well. And I'm going to basically send it to John pretty much now. I'll go. So John sees my message and doesn't reply, which he did when we first connected. No, he didn't. Right? Yeah, thanks, John. I was like that, honestly, when I was like, okay, all right, now I know where I stand, Melton. I'll message Nadia instead then. And you're like, oh, what's he saying? What's he saying? And that's Russian. That's not fair. Right. Okay. So it would be like, hey, John, I noticed you saw my last message, but didn't reply. ... as the movie is used, to be continued, ... I'll send that. And then I'll send him this GIF in particular. Because people use, network marketing is turning strangers into friends, friends into family, right? That's what network marketing is. And people use GIFs with their friends and their family and their comments, but they don't use it with their prospects. So I'll send him this GIF, the Will Ferrell drinking the wine GIF.
Oh, yeah, that's
or I'll send, right?
Classic.
So then
That's great.
I'll then after that go, just kidding. But if you could let me know either way, I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. That's it. The response has been absolutely insane. Like I'm talking like 50, 60, 70% of people who ghosted are now not ghosting. They're coming back at me and like, that was hilarious. Like, that's funny. You're a gift man too. Oh my God, me too. We could be friends. And then you send the Step Brothers one, like, are we best friends? Like, did we just become best friends? And it's like, oh, then you have the gift conversation. And
Step Brothers too. That's the best.
Yes.
So that might be one of my favorite all-time movies for sure. Maybe you could share your book. That'd be awesome.
So I
think you have 2 books, right? You have 2 books.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So one's called I Dare You, and I couldn't come up with a second name for the second one, so I created I Double Dare You. And now everyone's saying, when's I Triple Dare You coming? Or you Americans are saying, when's I Double Dog Dare You
coming? Double Dog Dare. There you go. That's right. That's that's serious. When it gets a dog, you're using trouble.
So yeah, this one is mainly sponsoring, recruiting, whatever terminology is for on social media. This one is mainly scripts, strategies, and systems. Like duplication, getting started. There's some things in there, using different technologies to be able to make that happen. So have these. They're great. Obviously,
are they on Audible?
Not on Audible. Sorry, John. I know you only do audio messages.
Somebody asked. So no, Adele, they are not. But we're going to pressure him to not only record them. He's going to be the narrator. We're going to pressure him to do this. And I'm also going to pressure you because I'm pretty sure that you haven't started TikToking yet.
I've done 6 TikToks.
You have done 6 TikToks. Look at you, buddy.
I've interviewed 5 people who have over 5 million followers. 5 people who have over 1 million followers, and I've decided, no thanks. No, thank you. I am against the TT right now. I don't know. You know what? For me, it's like, I can't spend that much time getting something viral.
Let's be honest, though. You don't need to. And this is what I keep trying to explain to people because people are like, well, John, you're talking about TikTok, but you're not TikToking because I don't need to. But if somebody isn't having traction on Facebook or Instagram and they want something new, something different, it has been phenomenal for some of my people because honestly, it's not as heavy over there. Right? It's very heavy these days, especially on Facebook, all the negativity, all the news. And TikTok is really cool because you can make videos and then repurpose them for your Instagram stories, repurpose them for your Facebook story or your main news feed. You can post them in groups. And it's a really neat way to actually create curiosity for your products as well. We've had people absolutely body slam it using TikTok. But could you maybe go back to your books? How does someone get access to your books? Is it Amazon or do you have a special link? Whatever you want to share, because I think a lot of people were like, hey, well, where do we buy the books?
Well, here you go. Then this is what we'll do. Because because if we're talking about Instagram, find me on Instagram and it's in my bio.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
We'll do that instead of throwing links out here. Just go onto my Instagram. It's in my bio. It's Frazer Brookes. It's FrazerBrookes.com/book. And you can get over there. There we go.
And I would encourage you guys to get both books. Yeah. Just hey, if you're gonna go get the book, you might as well get. But so the one book he said was for enrolling people on social media. Yeah. Right. And the second book is scripts and what else?
Yeah, getting started, duplication through scripts and mindset stuff, and it's all sorts of stuff. Really, it's all explained on the web. It's all explained on the websites. To be fair, but I am someone. I grew up never getting a compliment. I never got a compliment when I grew up. I was one of those people who stayed away from me. But when I got older, people started to compliment me, and I don't like it. So when you edify me before, I'm like inside, I'm like, no, stop it, John, stop it. Like Gollum on Lord of the Rings or something. Like, stop it. Like, yeah, it's just, nah. It's so I don't like talking about my own things. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, it's well deserved, man. And you know, I don't just bring anybody on my page, and I've interviewed you probably more than just about anyone. And you're always, you know, you're so down to earth, you're humble, you're funny, and you always have really good advice for network marketers, because we know this isn't easy. We know this is a challenging business, and it's people like you and a lot of other leaders in the profession, whether they're still active or the retired ones, right? The Ray Higdons of the world, the Bob Heilegs, right? The individuals out there that are providing a ton of value. Eric Worre, I see a lot of leaders are on here now, right? We got Tom Chenault on. I think it's so important for us to show up way more right now than ever before. Why? Because everyone needs positivity, inspiration, advice, encouragement, all the things. And look, there's a lot of doom and gloom out there, but you know, I don't want to make an income claim, right? I'm going to be FTC proof right now, but I'll tell you, we're having our biggest month of our career in 18 years. And all that tells me is that people are still buying product. They're still looking for opportunity. It is hard work. I've been doing this 18 years. Don't compare your chapter 5 to my chapter 18. The truth is my first 7 years were very rocky. And it took a lot of time for me to get good at this. I would assume Frazer, similar story. Most people that I talk to that I have a relationship with, they all have their story of struggle, but without struggle, there's no progress. And I think right now we need to double down on our goodness. We need to double down on our faith. We need to double down on abundance and positivity. And look, people are looking for something. They're always looking for something. I get people that are like, well, because the economy right now and people being laid off work, you know, people are less open. They're less likely to spend money. I find it to be the same as it always is. And here's what I mean by that. There's people that are more open right now because of what's going on. And there's people less open right now because of what's going on, just like any other time in history, right? When the economy's good, there's certain people that are open, certain people that aren't. When the economy's bad, there's people that maybe weren't open that are now open, and vice versa. So just understand that you want to keep showing up. You want to be a positive light during a dark time. And I think ultimately there's a lot of good things on the horizon, and I'm going to choose faith over fear. I'm going to choose abundance over scarcity. And I think each and every one of you should have that same mindset. And right now is a great time to learn a new skill. You know, implement what Frazer's teaching you. Don't necessarily do this every day. Follow that 80-20 rule. Like he said, he got more engagement from his dog taking a poo in the background of his video because that's real life. It's funny. It's relatable. And if you're showing up with more value than you're asking in return, you will be successful. Maybe not this week, maybe not this month or this year, but eventually you keep showing up with authenticity and with value, building those relationships and connections on the back end. Look, the money is in Messenger. The money is in the DM. The money is in the one-on-one. Frazer, any closing thoughts before we conclude this conversation? Really appreciate you. You always provide so much wisdom and insight, and I always love doing these with you. So any final thoughts before we close out?
Again, I appreciate you. I appreciate the production you put on here as well. I know you can't. I mean, I think Nadia is doing there behind.
Oh yeah, that's not me.
Right, I'm thinking like I'm having like a minor like panic attack here, thinking like if he's doing this and like getting those comments on, I'm thinking like,
oh, step it up, bro. Step it up. You got to talk while you're typing, and yeah.
But for me, guys, we're in the shipping business. And a lot of people go, what do you mean? It all starts with friendship. Then you build a relationship. Then you got to see who's got the entrepreneurship, create a partnership. And then with your mentorship, you build you obviously create leadership. And a lot of people got to realize that in order to find paradise, you've got to get on a ship. A lot of people lose their ship. A lot of people jump ship. But at the end of the day, every ship's going to have its stormy weather. We're in a bit of a stormy weather right now, but the people who are getting over that storm, they're the ones who find paradise first. They're the ones who have the biggest months ever. They're the ones who are crushing it. Those are the ones who, you know, are through the strip. So be a good captain. And when people are losing their ship, then, you know, be stable, have stability, create structure, and post on purpose. Right? Post on purpose and turn up on purpose. And I appreciate you, brother. I really, really do. And I'm so grateful for your longevity creates credibility at the end of the day. And you've been doing this now consistently for 18 years. Both of you have been doing it for 18 years. And there's not many power couples out there that are there. I like doing lives with, and you two are definitely one of them.
Well, I appreciate it, man. All right, y'all, listen, smash that heart button if you got some value. Make sure you follow Frazer, especially on Instagram, since he was literally sharing with you not only the books where you can find on his bio, but also the Instagram story tips, hacks. I think that was fantastic. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate the shares, the comments, the love. And Frazer, make it a great day, brother. Appreciate you.
See you soon.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.